Hello everyone, my name is Mandi Lynn. I'm the author of the fantasy novels Essence and I Am Mercy and thriller novel She's Not Here, and also the creator of AuthorTube Academy. And today we are talking about the publication costs of my third novel, She's Not Here. So it is officially one day until this book is released out into the world. It comes out tomorrow. You can actually pre-order it down below right now. But today we are going to be talking about the money I spent to publish this book. So when someone begins to consider self-publishing, one of their first questions is always, how much is it gonna cost? Today I'm going to be talking about what I spent, and then I'm also going to be saying whether or not it's something you should consider spending your money on, or if it's something you should consider down the line. I do want to do a quick little disclaimer. This is how I go about things. I've done a self-publishing cost video before for my first novel, Essence. It'll be up in the cards above or down below in the description. I spent a way different amount because I just wasn't as experienced. I didn't know where to spend my money, so I was a little more careful. But now I have more experience. I have experience in marketing, so I know where to invest my money and different things like that. So let's hop right on into it. So when it comes to self-publishing your novel, I would like to say there are two things you do not want to cheap out on, and that is editing and cover design. So I have a whole video on editing a book on a budget that will be up in the cards and down below. What I spent on my book for editing is $1,031, and that is for proofing edits as well as line edits. I did not need developmental edits because I had been dissecting this book so much. Some books do need developmental edits, so that's just a call you make on your own. If you have beta readers and critique partners, odds are you probably won't need developmental edits. But if you don't, I would definitely suggest doing developmental edits with a professional editor. Next is cover design. So I spent $745 on my cover design. In the past, I've designed the covers for my books myself, which meant I spent $0 on cover design. And while you can do this if you are experienced in cover design, this time around I decided to hire someone because I kind of sort of knew what concept I wanted, but I also knew that I didn't know how to go about creating that concept. So I hired Damon Zaw. They were amazing. I also have a video where I talk about how they did design that cover for me and they made it beautiful, so I will link that below so you can check it out. And then of course, if you're on more of a budget, I do have a video that talks about how you can design your own book cover, and that will be up in the cards and down below. So that is if you have some experience with Photoshop. The next thing I want to talk about is something that probably most self-published authors don't do, and that is actually hire someone for marketing. So I worked with Reedsy to find someone to help me market my book. Now, I did not hire them to market my book on my behalf. I actually asked them to do it consultation style. Now, they can market your book on your behalf. However, I wanted to hire them once and learn as much as I can. That way, for other books, I didn't have to hire them again. So I had multiple phone calls with a professional in the field where she really walked me through how to do Facebook ads, Amazon ads, how to find communities, how to find social influencers, and different things like that. Now, all those consultations, which are actually still happening and will continue to happen up until after the release of She's Not Here, and it totaled out to be $1,430. So that was for a lot of consultations that I probably can't even tell you how many hours went into work for her. But again, a book marketer is by no means necessary. If you are a first-time author, you do not need to hire them, but if you feel like you're more experienced but you're still kind of missing something, you can definitely hire them if you have the budget for it. But again, I do recommend that you would do it consultation style. That way you're learning instead of just having them do it on your behalf. It's always better to just learn as much as you can. That way you don't have to hire them again later on. So then you're going to want to order proof copies. So I actually had to order 2 proof copies. So the first proof copy was a paperback copy, which costed $8.58. And then the second proof copy was for the hardcover copy, and that was $19.87. Then once you have your final copies and everything looks great, then I personally order a whole ton of books for book signings and for virtual book signings. So I ordered 50 copies of my book, and that costed a total of $298.25, and I will be ordering hopefully more down the line as well. Everything else that we're going to be talking about now is considered marketing materials, so this is not necessary, but it is easy ways to help promote your book and get reviews and different things like that. So first up is advanced reader copies. So I sent out a lot of free ebook advanced reader copies, and if you want to figure out how to send out free ebooks, I have a video on that, and that will be up in the cards and down below. You can send them through Kindle, and they're completely free. Otherwise, if you want to do Instagrammers who want to feature your book, you're gonna have to order print copies, in which case I think I chose maybe 3 or 4 Instagrammers that I really liked, and I sent them the advanced reader copy, and that costed me about $40 with shipping. This is great because they're social influencers. They'll feature the cover's gorgeous, everyone will love it, and then it'll get people interested in it. And if they read it, they're gonna be writing a review on it for either their blog or also on Goodreads and Amazon, and the more reviews you have, the better. So I'm doing a pre-order giveaway, which means anyone who pre-orders my book, whether it's hardcover, paperback, or ebook, is entered into a giveaway where I had a custom book sleeve designed for She's Not Here, as well as a custom candle and a custom bookmark. So when you pre-order the book, you are entered to win this book sleeve, candle, and bookmark, and I had to purchase those and work with the wonderful people on Etsy to have them design it. I did not just purchase one book sleeve or one candle, I actually purchased a whole ton. So I'll have many giveaways in the future, but I spent $50.60 on the book sleeves, and I sent about $100 on the candles and the bookmarks. So that may sound like a lot, but that's just a whole load of material that I can use for giveaways to go with my books in the future. Last but not least, something that again a lot of people don't do, but this is ads. I don't recommend doing ads unless you're very experienced and you know what you're doing, which is actually why I hired a book marketer to kind of take me into the back end of Facebook and the back end of Amazon and show me really how to set up an effective ad. So when she did that, she really walked me through how to figure out my keywords for my book, how to make sure it shows up to the right readers, and different things like that. So with that said, I worked with her to create a budget for the first few weeks of She's Not Here being released, and that spending budget is about $490. Now that may seem like a lot, but the idea is with that $490, I should be able to double, triple, quadruple that amount of money that I make off of the book. So I can easily make that money back as long as I set up my ads correctly. So that is what I spent to publish She's Not Here. It is my 3rd novel. So with that said, I'm spending more than I maybe would have if I was a debut author, because I have more to invest, I have more experience, and it totaled out to be about $4,212.68. So again, that sounds like a lot, but the goal is of course to more than break even, but to make a lot of profit off of that once I've invested that money into it. And just because that's how much I spent on my book does not mean that's how much you should spend on your book. That does not mean that's how much you need to spend on every single book. Every book is different. Essence, I spent, I don't remember how much, I think it was like $2,000. I Am Mercy, I maybe spent like $1,000, and now She's Not Here, I spent about $4,000. So it really varies on what your marketing plan is. I can tell you I Am Mercy did not do as well because I didn't invest as much into it. So the more you invest into it, the more you get out of it, and it will pay back in the end. Anyways, that is it for today's video. If you have any other questions, concerns, comments, or requests for future videos, let me know in the comments down below. If you would like to stay up to date with my novels and my publishing house, be sure to subscribe to my author newsletter. When you do subscribe, you get a free How to Conquer Writer's Block mini guide, as well as the first 3 chapters of She's Not Here. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to give a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.